In the small town of Santa Rosa, deep in the Mexican countryside, life used to move along peacefully until strange events started to unfold. At first, chickens went missing, then sheep and goats. Each morning, villagers found their animals drained of blood, with two small puncture wounds on their necks. Whispers spread that the legendary creature, Chupacabra, had returned. The old men spoke of it around fires at night, but no one had believed the stories. Until now, Jorge, a local farmer, had never bought into such tales. But when his 10-year-old daughter, Sofia, disappeared without a trace, he felt a growing sense of dread creeping over him. Sofia vanished from her room one night. No sign of a struggle, no cries for help. The only clue was an open window, its curtains fluttering in the breeze as if something had ripped them on its way out. When the police couldn't offer any leads, Jorge decided to take matters into his own hands. Armed with a flashlight and an old hunting knife, he ventured into the dense woods where he believed the creature might be hiding. The forest around Santa Rosa was ancient, its trees stretching high into the night sky, their branches seeming to swallow the moonlight whole. Even the beam of his flashlight barely pierced the oppressive darkness. Each step deeper into the woods was met with an eerie, suffocating silence. Then, suddenly, Jorge heard it, a faint rustle. His heart pounded as he strained to see what was moving in the shadows. Just then, something flickered ahead. He darted his flashlight towards it and froze. There, standing a few yards away, was something grotesque, a beast, hairless and hunched over, with jagged spikes running along its back. Its eyes glowed a sickly yellow, and whatever it wasn't human. The creature's sharp teeth gleamed as it slowly opened its mouth, and a thick, viscous fluid dripped from its jaws. Jorge's knees buckled, but before he could react, the creature turned its head toward him. What came next made his blood run cold. "Daddy." The voice was soft, trembling, unmistakably Sofia's. Jorge couldn't believe it. His mind reeled. He took a step back, his breath shallow. The creature's glowing eyes seemed to focus, becoming disturbingly aware, almost human. "Help me, Daddy," the voice whispered again. And in that horrifying moment, Jorge realized that something of his daughter's essence was trapped inside this monster, or at least, something pretending to be her. But as the beast took a step forward, its claws digging into the dirt, Jorge knew he stood no chance of saving her. Whatever had taken his daughter was too far gone. The monster's breath was hot and foul as it closed the distance, and Jorge felt frozen in place, paralyzed by a terror so deep that he couldn't move. The next morning, search parties went into the woods looking for Jorge. They found his flashlight and his knife at the edge of the forest. No signs of a struggle, only the dense silence of the trees and a faint breeze that carried with it an overwhelming sense of dread.